Traveling outside of the United States? Don't leave the country without the World Trip Alert. Get up-to-the-minute alerts and warnings from the U.S. Department of State. Get the latest world health updates for the Center for Disease Control, the CDC. Instantly access contact information for U.S. embassies and consulates to over 240 nations. Find local emergency numbers in the country you're visiting quickly and right from your phone with just the swipe of a finger. Calling numbers back in the U.S. is a snap, with exit and entry codes already built in. Here's a quick overview of the World Trip Alert. To get the latest travel alerts and warnings, simply tap the Travel tab to display the latest travel warnings or alerts from the U.S. Department of State. To get more detail on an alert or warning, just tap the More button to go directly to the U.S. Department of State website, seen here. To go back to the original travel page, just tap the Travel button in the upper left. Want to know about any health concerns from around the world or to where you're headed? Simply tap the Health tab to bring up the latest worldwide health alerts from the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. Need to know more? Tap the More button to go directly to the CDC website. To get back to the original health page, just tap the Health button in the upper left. To bring up locations of embassies and consulates in more than 240 countries, tap the Locations tab. To bring up a map with directions to embassies and consulates, as well as the option to make phone calls to the embassy or consulate, tap the phone icon. Tap the Contact button to bring up contact options. To bring up Google Maps, tap in this area, the place with the map pin and phone icons. Tap one of the contact options to either make a phone call or send an email from your phone. Tap the map to bring up the embassy or consulate location in Google Maps. You'll get directions to the embassy or consulate in Google Maps. Now, let's set your preferences. Tap the Settings tab to get started. You can elect to receive Travel Alert push notifications, which are recommended, to receive CDC Alert push notifications, also recommended, and to set the country you're in or traveling to. Although you can only select one country at a time, remember that you'll still receive alerts and warnings for all countries. Selecting the country that you're in simply makes it quicker to bring it up in order to show your calling, emergency info, and other options from the Call From tab. Now, if you have any concerns about data from the app, go here and tap the Issue button. This will bring up an email form to submit any concerns about the data. Now let's talk about making a call, either back to the U.S. or making an emergency call. It's easy. From the Call From tab, you'll be taken to the list of countries with embassies and consulates. Notice how the Current tab immediately brings up the country you selected in Settings. Clicking on an embassy or consulate tab will bring up the dial pad. No need to remember entry or exit dialing codes, just enter a U.S. phone number and press Call to reach the United States. Note you'll probably want to contact your wireless carrier before traveling in order to ensure service and minimize dialing issues. Need to make an emergency call? Okay, simply swipe here. That brings us to this screen. Select the emergency number that you're looking for. Remember that dialing 911 in most countries outside the United States will not work, as other countries have their own countrywide and local emergency numbers. Most emergency contact numbers rarely change, but remember that you are ultimately responsible for verifying contact numbers before or during traveling. And that's a quick tour of the World Trip Alert, available at the iTunes Store. Have a safe and great trip.